So, when Johnny Rome first showed up on the scene today, like the name that kept popping up into my head was Johnny Sins, because I had planned for us to watch this. This is the last video we're watching today. Jaby Koay Vines, Titu Talks, episode 2 featuring Johnny Sins. Now, for those of you that don't know, Johnny Sins is very, very famous for doing a certain thing. The dirty deed, the sideways polka. Oh. He's got quite a bit of experience there. He's a very personable dude. Like, he's done a lot of interviews and he's just very forthright and happy. Like, he's actually kind of like you. He's just a very happy-go-lucky guy. He's like,
of course.
You know, I guess anyone named Johnny.
Us Johnnies, we have that in us.
My ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend's name's Johnny. He's a very happy dude, so,
cool.
You know, it's just how that goes. Nothing but positivity associated with the name Johnny over here.
Wait, in the description it says he's the world's biggest, literally, adult movie star. Is that what he's famous for?
I can confirm, yeah.
Oh, really?
No.
His size?
He's messy. It's like, huh. Okay.
Sorry.
I wouldn't say he's, I mean, just being real, like, I wouldn't say he's like physically the biggest, but he's the biggest in terms of notoriety, in terms of fame, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's Johnny Sins.
Yeah.
नौड़ी गाजियाबाद कोई ना अरे कोई ना करे से बेहतर.
This beginning doesn't have subtitles.
हर बच्चे का सपना होता है कि वो बड़ा हो के फोटोग्राफर बने, एस्ट्रोनॉट बने, पेंटिंग करे, म्यूजिक करे, डीजे बने, अपना खुद का बिजनेस करे या बाप की दुकान के गल्ले पे बैठ जाए. हर माँ बाप का सपना होता है कि उनका बेटा या बेटी डॉक्टर बने, इंजीनियर बने, या फिर डॉक्टर बने, इंजीनियर बने, या फिर डॉक्टर बने. लेकिन ये सब हासिल करना बहुत बड़ी बात है. माँ बाप अपने बच्चों को डॉक्टर इसलिए बनाते हैं ताकि घर में मुफ्त इलाज हो जाए. इंजीनियरिंग इसलिए करवाते हैं क्योंकि शर्मा जी ने अपने लड़के के पिछवाड़े में इंजीनियरिंग का बंबू दिया हुआ है.
I see where this is going.
बैठ जाइए, सबको गाली खाने का मौका मिलेगा.
This is so random.
बेटा बहुत हो गया, इंट्रो है, गजल नहीं. चल बे बंद कर, क्या कर. आज के जो हमारे मेहमान हैं वो ना तो शर्मा जी के लड़के हैं और ना इनका किसी एक प्रोफेशन से ताल्लुकात है. ये डॉक्टर भी हैं, ये इंजीनियर भी हैं, ये एस्ट्रोनॉट भी हैं, ये पायलट भी हैं, ये नेवी में भी काम करते हैं, ये डीजे भी हैं और ये कभी-कभी प्लम्बर भी हैं. इन्हें आज तक रास्ते में रोक के फास्ट एंड फ्यूरियस की बधाई दी जाती है, लेकिन ये वो भी नहीं है. सबसे ज्यादा इनकॉग्निटो मोड पे सर्च करेंगे. कुंवारे लड़कों के कालीन भैया.
Cocktail roll.
Did you meet Navjot Singh Sidhu before coming here?
Who?
Was there a lot of traffic? How did you come?
Took a taxi.
Fake taxi.
I don't understand.
It's a porn category.
Oh.
तेरा भाई जैसा कोई हार्ड इच नहीं है.
Oh no.
Okay, so how did you find your way here?
This house?
No, the adult film industry. How did you end up going there?
I just always thought I could do it, so I pursued it basically. I moved to LA and just started answering ads on Craigslist and things like that, and I eventually found a couple gigs. I worked for free in the beginning, and
yeah, because a lot of boys, young boys in India, they want to apply for this job. No, not even चार, ख्वाब जैसा कुतुब मीनार. इतना आसान नहीं है ये job. Nani bhai, what goes into the production of these movies? I know what goes inside the movie, but how are the behind the scenes like?
what you see is a 30-minute, half-hour porn scene, and everybody thinks you're just there for 30 minutes. You know, you do it and you go home. But that's definitely not the case. There's a lot more involved. I'm on set anywhere from 4 to 12 or more hours a day, depending on the scene. Sometimes there's all kinds of acting, and there's a huge script you have to do in the beginning, and costumes and extras, and it's a whole production. And then you get to the good stuff. You know, I would like to say that I do the acting.
What is good stuff?
The good stuff, you know, what people watch it for.
Story.
You know what I mean.
तुम बच्चों को लगता है ना बहुत आसान काम है, लाइट्स कैमरा पे लो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, बहुत मुश्किल है. People think that it is an easy job. It is an easy job to be what you are, but is it true?
I would say it's definitely not an easy job. I know everybody thinks they can do it.
Yeah.
Every guy
Same.
thinks they can come in. Trust me, I
Same.
get tons of emails every day from all kinds of guys. Let me get a chance. Let me get a chance. Let me get a chance. But
how many mails do you get from India?
from India, I have to say, the majority of emails like this. Everybody there wants to get into business.
कहीं नाम ऊंचा मत करना तुम लड़के लोग. डिग्रियां नहीं मिल रही तुम्हें. So is it true that most of the men are done in 2-3 minutes? I'm just asking for a friend.
You definitely don't have to be done in 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, it's really all in the mind. If you can control your mind, you can go for as long as you want, really.
Yeah, so cause my friend, he usually gets done during foreplay only.
He's weak. I knew it was you.
Also, out of curiosity, is Johnny Sins your real name?
No, it's Steve Wolf.
But why Johnny Sins?
Johnny Sins is a stage name.
अरे स्टेज पे कहाँ करते हो तुम तो 4 दीवारी के बाहर नहीं निकलते. इन्होंने अपने 13 साल के करियर में कम से कम 2300 वीडियो में काम किया. I read on Wikipedia that you have featured in over 2300 videos. Is that true?
Yeah.
सूझ नहीं गया. Nothing. Most of the people want to know that why is logic missing in your movies? कुत्ता बीमार हो गया, आ जाओ कर लेते हैं. फुप्पी मरने वाली है, अरे कर लेते हैं. नलका खराब हो गया, पूरा मोहल्ला पैसा बैठा है, लेकिन आपको अपनी हवस बुझानी है. अरे प्लम्बर क्यों?
It's not a commercial movie, so skip right to that part.
और इतनी ओवर एक्टिंग क्यों करते हो?
Man, you got some real issues with me.
देखा, मैं यही तो बात कर रहा था. You proved the point. Which is your favorite football club?
Manchester United.
I thought बाहर से लो ना. तो मैं इनके बारे में पढ़ रहा था और मुझे ये जान के बड़ी हैरानी हुई कि 2018 में केरला में कई बसों पे इनकी फोटो लगी थी. I read in the papers, I saw the pictures of you being on the buses of Kerala, India. Why?
It was a tourism bus, and the owner of the company was just looking to get more young people to buy tickets to go on the bus.
इन्होंने एक ट्वीट किया था जिसका भुवन ने रीट्वीट किया था ट्विटर पे कुछ महीने पहले. वो मैं बताता हूँ क्या था.
That's actually him.
Oh, it's him. Sorry. Sorry. That's what I meant. Okay.
Yep. That is it.
No, really, but why do you want people to translate your videos in Hindi? क्या बोलोगे? हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी. मेरा गला दबा दो पिताजी. मेरा गला दबा दो पिताजी. तुम क्या मस्त काम करता है मकसूद भाई.
You're crazy.
ये आदमी बहुत फिट है. ये अपनी फिटनेस पे बहुत काम करते हैं. आप देख ही सकते हैं. He's a fit guy.
I have a YouTube channel called Since TV where I show people, how they can be healthy, what you can eat, how you can work out.
So he's a fit guy, complete package, good body, no alcohol.
No. You?
Only breezer. इतने सारे कैरेक्टर प्ले करने की जरूरत क्या है? सीधा साधा काम करके नहीं निकल सकते आप. Why do you need to play so many characters?
Look who's talking. You know what's common between us? People can't watch our videos with families or on speakers.
You know what's not common between us?
What? The fuck are you doing?
मेरे को नापने का. अरे जॉनी भाई.
Dude, stay away from me.
No, this is just an inch tape. मुझे जानना तुम लोग इंजेक्शन मार मार के जनता को कितना बेवकूफ बनाते हो.
I don't understand a single word you're saying.
हाँ, तेरी वीडियो देख के मुझे भी ऐसे ही लगता है. गद्दार.
बैठ जाइए, सबको गाली खाने का मौका मिलेगा.
Okay.
Wow. That was your first taste of BB Key Vines.
Yeah.
So
That was funny.
that's how I know him in my head is just BB Key Vines. Like I
Yeah,
forgot that his name stands
is-
for Bhuvan. Like
Yeah.
I just like anyway.
I've been told often, not often, I haven't been told often, but I've been told if me directing commercial movies doesn't work out, that I would do really well at directing cinematic porn.
Where'd that
Yeah.
come from?
Just my name. Just the name and the fact that I use a camera. That's literally it. It's like, oh, Johnny Rome presents
That sounds like more
the plumber and the
Yeah.
neighbor.
wow.
Wow.
That has more views than the interview with Shah Rukh Khan.
Damn.
That's hilarious, actually. Wow, that's so weird. This is a very interesting era that we live in.
No, because porn, it's not really something that we're very open about. So it's like, oh, interviewing.
I feel like we're more open about it now than we've ever been, though.
Definitely.
But it's like, how often do you see a porn star being interviewed on like a pretty mainstream,
Yeah,
popular
that's very
YouTube
true.
channel?
I don't know, but like the whole thing with Stormy Daniels, and she's a isn't she a porn star?
Well,
Mia
yeah,
Khalifa's also pretty
Yeah.
there. But that's because she turned away from it, I think.
Yeah.
My understanding of it.
Kardashian. I'm just kidding.
It's interesting. Like, people want to know.
There's actually a number of porn stars who have YouTube channels, actually, because they like answer questions and whatnot.
Right.
Or I don't know if Mia Khalifa's who I'm thinking of, but like I know there are retired porn stars who like answer questions and whatnot, and people who are active and you know they got their YouTube channels, and like I feel like there's a possibility they'll transition away from doing porn to just doing YouTube
Right.
full time, just because it's like they don't have to deal with their bodies getting, you know.
Hammered.
Yeah, all that stuff. I mean, the female porn stars, I think, go through way more than the male porn stars do just because of the angles. They're not natural angles, and so you end up, you know, suffering as a result of it. It's not the most comfortable, is what I understand from some of the videos that I've watched.
I don't know if I'm proud of this or not, but I was the only one who got the fake cab reference. 'Cause that's just a really like popular category. Not necessarily, it just always shows up, but it's a really popular category where it's like a fake cab driver and someone, and they have like a dashboard cam and
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha. I didn't catch
wasn't
all that.
sure what
Yeah.
that was.
that was really funny.
Yeah, Johnny Sins displayed some of his interesting overacting abilities in there.
He
did.
totally did.
He did.
Yeah, I was like,
Get away from me.
yeah. I was like, oh, bless you. No, he seems like a cool guy, though. Like, just the fact that,
Most of them, I think, are actually, because I've met a handful, and every time I've met them, they're like the most down-to-earth people.
Yeah.
I remember I was working at a sushi restaurant, and I was chatting with this one dude. We were talking about martial arts and whatnot. He was very curious about me. I was talking, and eventually I was like, "So what do you do?" And he goes, "He's with these two hot broads." And he goes, "Can we say what we do?" And he looks at me and goes, "We do porn." I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." And I didn't know what to do with that information, but we exchanged numbers and we never spoke again. But it was like, that was just an interesting moment. Like, that happens to me a lot. Like, I just have
Yeah.
interesting moments where I meet people. Like
With porn stars.
No, but like last night I met a guy who is a aerospace consultant
That's
for
cool.
huge things. I don't want to say what, I don't want to be too specific, but it was like, that's the kind of interaction I'll have. Like, or I was at a party where I knew nobody, and I met this guy who was the head manager person on the camera that's known as Light. It's a square with a bunch of different cameras on it. If you don't know what Light is, yeah.
I know what that camera is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And like, I met the guy who basically is in charge of that whole project.
That's cool.
And it's like, that's just my life. Like, I always meet these random, interesting people in my life, and that's to the porn thing as well. You know,
well, I think also
Yeah.
you're in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't in LA though. What I just talked about was in like somewhere else. Like I said, I've seen other interviews with Johnny Sins, and he's just always that kind of like, he's happy to talk about whatever. He's very personable, and
Yeah.
a lot of people you meet in the adult entertainment industry are kind of like that. They're actually more educated than you realize, and they're smarter than you realize, and they're more informed than you realize. Because it's like there's this notion that they're just
Yeah.
stupid. They got in there because
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're not very intelligent. But it's like you find out that a lot of them are actually quite smart.
Well, I think also being in the field of work that they are, they have to get comfortable with people very quickly. That probably translates into being someone who's very personable and down to earth, because like you might meet someone on set and be like, hello, now let's get busy.
They have to have a cool stage name. They have to have charisma. Probably named Johnny. You know, there are a bunch of different qualifications. Yeah, I think I'll probably go home and do some research on Johnny Sins too. Just
Yeah.
make sure checks out.
All right then. So you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
I mean, his YouTube channel, you know, like since
Well, okay,
I want to learn how to
clearly,
get healthy. We
clearly.
just talked about me buffing up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You want to look like Johnny Sins.
right.
No.
Exactly. Well, you know, in the ways that you can. So, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Thank you to BB Vines for allowing us to react to this. Very, very much appreciated. Be sure to check out Johnny Sins Rome on the social media and his YouTube channel, and ACHARA KIRK. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I am Jaby Koay. This is...
I'm Johnny Sins.
And-
Rome's.
and-
Chara, Kirk.
Peace out.